Okay, so yeah, the last stage then is on these double page spreads is to get some body copy. The body copy is the kind of the text that you're going to be reading. So to do that, I've just gone to Wikipedia and I've typed in the name of the band of my album cover from my album covers. So Manic Street Preachers, and basically I'm just going to select the text, Control C, and copy it into here, and then Control V and paste it in. If you paste it straight in, you get all the hyperlinks. So I'm not going to do that actually. So undo. So what I'm going to do is right click and then paste. So keep text only. So it gets rid of all the formatting and all the hyperlinks. The font by default is Calibri Body. I am going to use I'm going to use Calibri Body, and I'm going to use one of the font which is Accord Light SF. But to be honest, any sans serif font will be fine. So something like Arial, although it does take a bit more space, is fine. Something like Basic Sans as well. Also something like Century Gothic, although it's probably too clean, so no, not Century Gothic. And obviously the most ubiquitous typeface, which is Helvetica. Okay, so I'm going to use Helvetica. The size is 18, too big. So body copy, you want about 12 or 10. So for this body copy, I'm going to take it down to 10 there, and then obviously I want to adjust into columns. Now you can do, you can have the text however you want it. I'm going to be looking at my inspiration. So you can see here that we've got, if I zoom in, 3 columns of text. Okay, and they're butted up next to each other, as you can see. Heavy text, lighter text, different sizes maybe. This text here is all in dingbats, so it's a bit crazy, but you got 2 columns there pushed together, one very wide and one very narrow. Here you've got the text actually on its side, so you have to turn the magazine around to read it. So you could do that if you wanted to. Really play around. Here we've got some very interesting shapes in the text, which you might not be able to do in PowerPoint. But you can see that the text is again fairly random, pushed up against each other. Interesting shapes have been created. So really push yourself with this text. So that's straight in there. I want that column to be the kind of height of the page, almost like that. So I suppose what I am doing is balancing out my head. I've done the same again. I've copied some more text. So the next line of text, the next block of text in Wikipedia, I've highlighted that and then pasted that in. Now, the text like this text box, this column is justified left, align left. This I'm going to justify right, and then I'm going to butt them right up against each other like that. You can see that the scribble is over the top of the text. Now, if we zoom in, that could be a feature. So it could be that you can still read it. Yes, you can. You can still read it. So again, we're playing around with legibility. Not always a priority for Mr. Carson. So we're going to leave that. The head does hide some of the text there. So I'm going to just pull that column in a little bit. Out a little bit like that. I did say I was going to use that straight line as a kind of to align my text to. If I justified, and this box is justified aligned right, if I aligned it left, then I could butt that up against there. In fact, that works quite well. If I zoom in, just to have a little bit of a read, a little bit of a look, you can see here the word publish goes into the text there, but again, you can still, despite or due to the album's failure to meet this level of success, we can still read it. So I'm happy with that. So some of the text from this column touches this text here, but only just, and you can still read it. So I like that. I like what I've done there. So this text is bigger. So this text is 16. So I'm kind of doing that on purpose. So that would be the text that you would read first. Bit of hierarchy going on there. And the font is a Accord Light. So it's actually a serif font, but it's quite a modern serif font. It's not Times or anything like that. So you could have a serif font for one column and a sans serif for another. Raygun tended to use serif fonts. Sorry, sans serif fonts, but there's no reason why you could use serif as well. No, I'm happy with what I've got there. I'm not going to add anything else. Oh, apart from another element, which is another photo. Now, I'm going to put another photo in. This will tie in with that gold scribble that I've used, but I'm going to struggle to get it in probably. So I'm going to use the kind of I'm going to use the S there. I'm going to put my picture right up against the S, right up against that text. You can see there. Okay, so I'm going to put that image in behind the text. Again, if we go back to Raygun, you can see that the text is over the top of the images quite a lot. Sometimes it's hidden. The images are hidden behind the text, so it is something that David Carson would do. Great, and the finishing touch is going to be page number. I'm going to put that down here. That fits quite nicely. Again, we can break the rules. I'm going to put that right against the edge of the page, or very close to page 46. You could do it on the right hand side if you wanted to. On the left, it's completely up to you. You could have that. It doesn't have to be on its side. It could be this way around. It could be slightly tilted, maybe. Yeah. So just experiment. Is basically what you're going to be doing, and just kind of loosen yourself up a bit and not be too concerned about the rules that normally apply when you are composing covers, editorial magazine pages. We are breaking the rules here, and we are making things that aren't necessarily 100% legible, but are really pushing the boundaries a little bit of what magazine editorial design which is what Raygun did. So I would say I would like to see there's quite a lot of elements with the page layouts, the double page spreads. So I would say I would like to see 3 double page spreads. So 3 double page spreads from in your PowerPoint. You don't have to show development. You can with these magazine covers, you can just show the finished product. So in here, and again, some of you are collecting images of the artist, which is great for you to use, but you could obviously use the images in these videos. So 6 covers and 3 double page spreads. See, I've got 2 there. Do 3. You could use different images as well. It doesn't have to be the head. It doesn't have to be a portrait. You could use backgrounds, etc. But obviously, if you're talking about a band, we're talking about an individual. Be good to have the self-portraits in there because it just adds interest. Okay, there you go. Good luck.